So while the market couldn't hold on to early gains and major indices finally put the brakes on that slide that, well, let's face it, was making a lot of folks antsy, of course, there's still a lot of questions and concerns that need to be answered, including a glimpse of those pro-growth policies that businesses and investors are salivating for. Now, one issue that we could put on the shelf for the moment is the Federal Reserve derailing this rally. The FOMC statement read like one of those days when you didn't have a care in the world and you were laying out in the grass on a breezy halcyon afternoon in a summer day. It was really nice. I mean, part of it said the committee expects that the economic conditions will evolve in a manner that will warrant only gradual increases in Fed fund rates. The Fed fund rates are likely to remain for some time below levels that are expected to prevail in the long run. However, yada, 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 yada. We can keep that going. So today's FOMC statement puts the kibosh on a possible rate hike, at least in March, maybe even May, off the table. Perfect cover now for investors that can actually root for stronger than expected economic growth, because the Fed, if nothing else, they're not going to be preemptive. By the way, after the close, Facebook posted its quarterly earnings, blew away the street top and bottom lines and all the critical metrics. Consequently, you can see that stock is up in the after hours, poised to begin tomorrow trading at an all-time high. So here's the market situation now. You've got leadership, the economy is firming up, and the Fed is going to play ball. So what exactly is eating at investors? Let's ask the man himself, Shah Gilani. So we got everything, all the pieces are in place, Shah, and the market's kind of antsy. It's kind of jittery. We're up 100, and next thing we're flat. What's going on?
I think it's just consolidating here, Charles. There's nothing really bothering the market right now. The only thing it's facing that it might worry you over is if some of these confirmation hearings turn ugly, if the country gets a little divided, if politics get really nasty. They're already nasty, but they could get worse. And I think that's the only thing that the market is worried about. Everything, if it moves forward in terms of confirmations, if it moves forward in terms of Trump moving his policies forward, the market's got nowhere to go but up. Right now, it's in a perfect position to go higher. There are typical black swans out there, but right now there's nothing looming.
So we came into the weekend and there was some anxiety about the idea that maybe the promised tax cuts would happen in 2018 and not this year. I think that's far-fetched. I don't think that the GOP would fumble the ball that badly, and I know that President Trump is pretty adamant about getting this going. Is that a potential black swan if that is the case?
It is. It's not a black swan because obviously it's a known, but I agree with you. I'd like to see the Trump administration come out right away and put the tax cuts on the table, because let the Democrats and the Republicans fight over that. I think the Republicans will win. We'll get tax cuts. The economy needs it for sure. Everybody needs it. Corporations maybe not so much, but individuals do. The market would love to see that and would send it a good another leg higher.
Well, a lot of people are saying they want in the market, a lot of market pros are saying they want the corporate tax cuts first to bolster those bottom lines. Of course, ultimately earnings drive the stock market.
I think they have to be hand in hand, because I think if the administration pushes corporate tax cuts first, I think the Democrats will be up in arms, and perhaps rightfully so, because that is, the businesses are doing pretty well. I mean, if you look at the profit margins, they're pretty decent, and really the buybacks show that they've got lots of cash. So they can stand right now just to hold off on that and just do them simultaneously.
What about if you look deep at this market rally? It really is a handful of companies, right? I mean, I think 6 stocks in the Dow Jones Industrial Average responsible for 50% of the move. When does this rally broaden out, or do people chase stocks that are already up, a gazillion percent?
Well, I think this is part of what the backfilling is going on right now. Some of these stocks have come down a little bit. But any news event that comes out that's positive, everybody jumps back into those stocks. So we see Facebook at the highs again. We see Amazon near highs again. So all the leaders are near highs. We're going to get into a rotation again. We got a mini rotation a couple of weeks ago. We're going to see another rotation. The laggards are going to start picking up again if the market continues to be strong.
Is there one stock idea that you like out there that you can share with us?
I love Amazon. It's expensive by every metric that I look at, but that is the leading tech stock. I think that's the one to watch.
I think it's hard to go against Amazon.
It's impossible. It's silly to go against it.
All right. Thank you very much, Shah Gilani.